It's not that hard. You know, anybody can do this. Even you. Now, if this is hard to pull out, let's say it's painted and this is sticking a little bit. What you can do, I'll show you what you can do on that. You still can take your screwdriver and put it in the slot in the latch and then just reach around here and pull on it. Like that. Now you can gently take that out. Okay, if it's stuck really tight, you might have to score it with a razor blade or a sheetrock knife or something like that. Last thing you want to do is just say, well, Joe said to jerk it out, and I jerked it out and it ripped, boop, or down here, a little piece right off your side of your door. That's the last thing you want to do. We're not trying to patch the door. All we're trying to do is take the doorknob off. Okay, simple as that. Okay, you really want to see this other one? This other one is the same way. This one here. And by the way, let's talk about this for a quick moment. This is for the bathroom here. And I'm going to change this to a lever. Because first off, see when you close the door, it's hitting tight there and down at the bottom. Let's zoom you in here. You see that gap? Okay, the door is closed at the top. Now to pull that gap in, I've got to pull on the door to latch it in. Okay, now that's where it's going to go. And before, this wasn't even fitting at all. Right there. And so what I had to do to fix that, I had to take a reamer bit right in here and I reamed out the side of the latch here to get this to close. But if you can imagine, after you take a shower or say you rinse your hands off and you're on the inside of this door, you've got to then turn this kind of hard because there's a lot of pressure on this because I'm actually pulling in the crooked door, the warped door. So as you try to turn this, it's hard to turn. You have to grab onto it tight and turn it because you're trying to open the latch and it's rubbing on the side of this strike plate, okay? And so that's why I'm going to change this one to a lever handle. So when you're in the bathroom, all you have to do is hit the lever, push it down, and make it work. Now what I may end up doing, I may ream this out a little bit more. But the last thing I want to do is ream it out so far to where when the door is closed, I got this big honking gap all the way down the door. That looks kind of tacky. So I'm gonna fix that a little bit. But the first thing I have to do, obviously, is take this doorknob off. Okay. And so we just got to get in here. I'm going to hold my foot on the back side of the door. It's kind of tricky, but you can do it. And sometimes these are stuck. If this is a painted door, and if they put these knobs on just after the doors have been painted, let's say, a lot of times people don't have enough time to let the paint cure 100% for maybe 3 or 4 days before they say, hey, we got to get going on this job, let's go. Now see, I can't even pull that out until I undo this other screw over here. Now see how the screw goes in because I'm pushing the back side of the handle off. See? Now I can reach in there and unscrew. And I can just take this and unscrew the rest if I want. So let's say, for instance, if this was stuck, you just want to kind of tap on it a little bit, you know, to loosen it up, to get it off. Okay. Pull that side out like that. Simple Simon. Push this latch in, pull that out. There, presto. See, are most doorknobs this easy to take off? Well, lots of them are, but others are not. Okay? Because as you saw on this one here, it had the little screws right on the finished escutcheon trim. Okay, on some others, you don't see any screws on either side of the door, and you're like, okay, what's the deal there? Then you look on the escutcheon, somewhere either on the front side or the back side. Usually it's on the back side. Okay? And you might see a little clip that sticks out, and then on the side of this, on the opposite side of the little clip, the spring-loaded deal, there's a notch. A very small little notch on the side of your escutcheon. You take a screwdriver in there and you push it in and just twist it a little bit, and that kind of pops off a little bit, and then you can take the other side and pull it off. The escutcheon trim comes off, and before you can take the escutcheon trim off, you'll see on the side of the escutcheon here, on the inside, whichever side you're on, right here, on the inside over there, you have to push a little spring-loaded button in with a small tiny screwdriver, and then you can pop the knob off. Okay? Then you take your screwdriver on the notch, click that off, pull that off, and then these secured screws for the body are inside. So when you pull it off, you're still going to see a plate here, and you undo those two screws. You pull that body off, you know, on this side, and you pull the other side off. Okay? Hope you learned something.